Welcome everybody, Tuesday afternoon, 3-ish.
3-ish.
The Kingdom Live.
3:20, you can't lie to the viewers, there's no editing.
Well, no, but 3-ish I've said.
Great.
It's between 3 and 3:30.
Perfect, yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Today we are going to discuss what happens when someone comes to your website. Of course, joined by Adam Steinhardt.
Thank you, Zahn Johnson.
Managing Director of the Kingdom and Operations Director of the Kingdom. So take it away. What happens when someone gets to your website traditionally?
Well, that's a really
Leading
important question, yeah, because ultimately we tend to spend a lot of money and a lot of time getting people to come to our website. And when you talk to customers, particularly when we used to be an advertising agency, that was the number one thing. They wanted to get people to the website.
Yeah, it's all about traffic.
Absolutely. So radio, TV, magazine ads, billboards, digital, Facebook ads, everything. It's all about getting people to the website. However, that is just one part of the equation. Yeah. And whilst it's a very important part of the equation, what I'm going to say is the second part is more important.
Okay.
Second part is...
What is the second part, Adam?
What do they do once they get to your website?
Yeah,
and this
exactly.
is really important because you can spend quite successfully. I take Google AdWords for example. When you actually set up your Google AdWords account and your strategy, you are only going to be charged when there is a click. Okay, so it's quite powerful from that perspective. So the money that you pay is definitely going to get you clicks. That's how they work. So of course, if you are getting the clicks and it goes to a website that's dysfunctional, then it's a complete waste of money.
Okay, so let's talk about dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Because, everyone's going, well, my website, it's my website, it's good. I've paid a lot of money for it, I've got a nice homepage.
Or in some cases not, which is one of the problems, yeah.
Got my logo on there, my phone number, hopefully is there,
Yep.
not always.
Yep.
I think it looks pretty good, but that's not always the case, is it?
Yeah, so there's a natural tendency, as soon as we pay money for marketing, we want ROI. In fact, whenever we pay money for anything, we want return on investment.
Okay, so break it down slower.
ROI. So return on investment. So return on investment. So naturally, when you pay the money for advertising, you want to get return on investment. Now, everybody is in a rush to appease the board, appease the accountant, the CEO, whoever is writing the checks, to give that return on investment. So that means we see it so often when somebody advertises wanting traffic to the website, then naturally it's right, we're going straight in for the kill. Sale, straight to a landing page, we want a call, we want people to buy, it's buy, call, because that's the return on investment. However, and this is a good test you can do, viewers, is flip it over to what it's like when you're a consumer and you discover something. When you get to a website, you don't just rush out and buy straight away, unless you absolutely are searching for, or we're surrounded by lights for our studio, for example. And you know what you want, you find it, you buy it.
But you've still gone through some comparison.
Correct, absolutely. So the thing is, when you get to a website, you are there to discover exactly why you should trust that business and why you should buy from that business. And also, often you have questions. So when they get to the website, don't hit them with the buy now straight away.
Okay.
Because the customers want to learn about you, they want to trust you. So the most important thing is to have a process that occurs at the website level. Know the buyer journey, understand your buyer journey. What is it like to be a buyer of your product? What pages are you likely to look at? What pages are you going to be looking for? And this is a really interesting exercise when you sit down with a bunch of iPhones, iPads, Samsungs, whatever, and sit down and get your team to use your website as if they're the customer. And have you do it yourself, because and it's very hard because typically most people worry about the bits they're in charge of and the bits they're responsible for. But when you start looking at the website that you've got, like you're a user, then you quickly discover, well, this is a bit weird and this isn't totally cool and I wouldn't go here for this. And so the user experience, the user journey changes once you start thinking like a user. So it's important that your website actually does something for the customer, actually gives them the opportunity to discover what you're all about.
Okay, so to put that in some context, I guess, we've spoken in previous live episodes about the buyer journey and tofu, mofu and bofu, the 3 stages of the funnel. So I guess when you're talking about the user journey, and that's not where I would go for that, are you referring to a page that would follow on from a page
Absolutely,
buyer that was relevant?
Totally. So a couple of things really important. First of all, yes, look, if you're spending 100% of your money, you'd like to be able to get value from that 100% of the dollars, as opposed to, say, the scenario, let's say you work on a 3% conversion rate. So that means that 3% of the people going to your website, you convert. Now, what about the other 97? What's happening to them? And so what you want to do is focus, yes, on the conversions. It's very important, and having a great landing page and call to action is very important. But also give the others that are top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel, give them a chance to download information that you give them in exchange for you're getting their email.
Okay.
And so premium content, give them a chance to explore your website, and then give them some off-ramps to content that you create that's valuable to them, so you get something back from that experience, even if they don't buy.
Okay, so that 97% could, in 6 months' time, turn into the 3% that convert.
Absolutely. The 3% needed it now. The 97% aren't necessarily saying, no, we never need your product. What they're saying is, we're not quite ready for it right now.
They're still in the research phase.
Exactly. So if you don't have this working, where you need the nurturing process, if it's working properly, will give them something along the track in the future. So you've harvested their information, you're able to communicate with them in the future, and you're able to nurture them towards their ultimate solution by providing great quality content. Now, if you don't do that, you're going to spend your whole life spending advertising money
just getting
3%. So your $100 is going to get 3% conversion. So it's the fastest way to reduce $100 to $3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to summarise just a little bit more, someone should probably take a look at their own website and look at it with fresh eyes. Perhaps get someone else involved, have a bit of a sit down, brainstorm some ideas of what could work better. Call us.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hard sell.
Yeah, hard sell. Yeah, no, absolutely. So have a look at your website. Get the mobiles out. Really important.
Yeah, that's
mobile.
true.
The bugs we see on mobile platforms are remarkable. It's hard to program for this stuff. If you haven't got mobile, you're pretty much going to go broke.
Yeah.
Like, it's all going mobile if you haven't already worked that out. And so you must get a responsive website or a mobile-friendly website, and you must make it easy to purchase and contact and act on that website. Now, it's not just a matter of being responsive. It's also about big buttons, big fields, phone numbers at the top, sensible locations, these different things, so that people find it enjoyable to be on your mobile website. And and part of that is all part of the process of going through that user testing experience, as if you're a user.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so once someone has completed a landing page or made some form of transaction on the website, let's look at it from the other perspective. What would you be doing with that information once you've received that from the customer? How can you bring that to life for people?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of things about that. You've got to have some sort of strategy as to what happens after they act on your website. Now, it's easy if they buy something, particularly if it's e-commerce. And certainly, we're Shopify partners. We do a lot of e-commerce work, integrating Shopify with HubSpot. And so that's a bit easier because it's a buy now transaction.
Yeah.
Person purchases it and buys it, transaction, credit card, off it ships. So they're great. They're easy to do, those transactions.
But there's still an after story.
A whole bunch of other steps to go with that. So if you expect to be successful in e-commerce with just a buy now button, that's, oh my God, so 2001, right? So these days it's about follow-up, it's about recommunicating, it's about reminding, it's about left cart, abandoned cart information.
Yeah.
So something occurring after that transaction's occurred. Very important. If you're going to spend the money bringing people to your website, it's vital that you do something with that data, with that information. So, for example, audience creation, pixel tracking, these are ways of actually getting the audience of those people who've been to those pages, and then from there you're able to remarket to them using things like Facebook and various different digital programs, so you can remarket based on their arrival. But also, ideally, you want to get their email address. The customer's email address is really handy because, one, you're able to then give information back to them to help them with their evaluation process, with their nurturing process. And the email address you own. So it's not owned by Facebook, it's not owned by LinkedIn, it's owned by you. So the email address is really important as well.
Awesome. So give us 3 of your top tips for bringing people to your website without spending money.
Without spending money. Great. Another really clever question. I like it, Simon. I like the cut you did today, Sailor. The thing is that to bring people to the website, the best thing you've got is social. Okay, Twitter. And we're not talking about paid social here. We're talking about creating your own communication channels.
Yep.
And Twitter is, I think, really, really powerful. And look, there's a hidden one here. I love Google+.
Yeah,
I love Google+, because Google+, it's underrated, and as a result, it's not overly populated, but you can get your message out there it's not that the actual news feed is not harnessed like Facebook is. So what you publish on Google Plus goes out, and make sure you're always publishing with a link. No doubt we'll do an entire Facebook Live episode of this, and you can be the boss in that one.
Excellent.
Talking about publishing links and etc. But importantly, if you have the link there, then they're going to click back to the website. So we would go with Twitter, we'd go with Google Plus, and we're definitely blogging. Absolutely blogging, because blogging gives you the content. So create the blog, and then from there repurpose the blog and post it out regularly with Twitter. And I think you find that really helps. Plus, you've also got, in terms of 3 tips, here's 3 more little bonus sub-tips, A, B, and C, okay?
Wow.
Pulse, Medium, and Facebook Notes. Okay, so these are free social media platforms. Pulse, Medium, and Facebook Notes. So Pulse is part of LinkedIn, Medium is part of Medium, and Facebook's got Notes. And so you can publish there, free, doesn't cost you, and eyeballs will see that.
Excellent. One of the other great things with those publishing tools is that you as an individual can also publish them as well. So,
yes, yep.
Which is a really great way to, well, a lot of your friends on your social channels might not follow you for business. So it's a great way of getting that message pushed out once more. Video. I think we need to touch on video because we are seeing phenomenal results with video on social media. Obviously, we've taken to Facebook Live ourselves.
Yep.
But we're just generally seeing some great traction with posting video generally. So posting a video in a blog works really well as well, and then you can extract that video and post that on your social media accounts with a link back to the website. So don't overlook video, and it doesn't have to be difficult.
No, iPhone's great. And the thing is that video now, you see on just about everybody's site, so if you're not doing video, you're out of the meat, pretty much. It's going to be the way consumers expect to deal with businesses going forward. And look, I think the most important thing for video is that what's cool is that the actual levels of expectation of video have dropped.
Yes,
we don't necessarily, it doesn't have to be full-blown production. As you can see, this is just a straight-up iPhone 6 Plus on a tripod. So
we should do a flip around for you one day. We won't do it today. We'll tidy up first.
Yeah, tidy up first, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, if anyone has any questions, we obviously have the comment field below. We'd love to hear from you.
Now, can I just mention one thing? I know you're wrapping up. I got you wrapping up.
I'm getting the wrap up from the producer.
There's not a producer. So the website, www.thekingdom.com.au, but we've also got our Knowledge Hub. Yeah, that's the website there. The Knowledge Hub is using UberFlip technology.
Cool.
We'll definitely be doing an episode on UberFlip pretty soon, but check it out. The Knowledge Hub is a really cool piece of software that actually brings all our articles together in one spot. We've got over 1,300 different articles on this. So that's hub.thekingdom.com.au.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and so we need people to go there to justify the expense of buying it.
Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in once again. Keep the questions and comments and likes coming. Share the video if you see fit. Melbourne people, we'll see you tomorrow for our...
We'll be live from tomorrow.
Yeah, we will
absolutely, yeah.
Seminar at the Adelphi
Maybe
Hotel.
the whole seminar.
Are you right talking over the top of me? Jeez. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
See ya.